So Jalen, how long have you been playing football?
I've been playing football since about 6 years old, since like LoBFO.
And you've almost always played either receiver or corner?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of weird because as a receiver and a quarterback, you've got two very different jobs. One is, like, they're almost like opposites of each other.
Yeah.
One is catch the ball, score. The other is don't let the other guy catch the ball and score.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of balance that when you're on the field? Is there like a switch you got to flip?
Well, I kind of just bring the same mentality to offense and defense, and I just don't want to let the guy in front of me beat me. And just thinking about that the whole time, it's really just, for wide receiver, it is just go up and catch the ball, and then for corner, it's go up and catch the ball. So it's really not that much of a difference.
Yeah, one of the things that has always fascinated me is the relationship between a quarterback and a receiver. Because a quarterback's not going to be good unless he's got weapons around him, and a receiver, he's not going to be good unless he's got a quarterback who can get him the ball. But there's a relationship there that you've got to cultivate, right? Like, there's like a sixth sense. You know, you talk about the NFL today. It's like Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Tom Brady, Julian Edelman. Go back in the past, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. You've played with Leo Burns for almost your entire time, right?
Yeah.
How have you developed that relationship with Leo?
I don't know, just like being on the team together for so long, and then just being friends like off the field too definitely helped us bond. And I feel like just more like we practice together. We'll come out here early and we'll work on some routes just to get the chemistry. So, but yeah.
When you talk about that chemistry, what are you specifically talking about? Is it like when you're breaking on routes, or like talk about that?
Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm breaking on a route, like he knows exactly where to put it, and he knows how I can just go up and get it. And definitely last year we definitely exposed that. I think I ran about 100 fly routes. So, but no, it's just he just knows where I'm gonna be at all times.
Do you have a favorite route?
If I'm trying to score, definitely a vertical.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to get in space, I like probably more like a hitch, maybe like a screenplay.
Yeah. You like getting the ball just in space with a lot of room to work, huh?
Exactly.
Do you think of yourself more as a guy who's going to go up and get a ball, or more a guy who you give it to and then he goes and runs for 70 yards?
I feel like I'm more of a jump ball receiver. It's just because I don't want to like.
You got hops.
I can jump a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So it definitely makes it a lot easier, especially when I'm on like a smaller corner or not as someone that's not as big. But it doesn't mean I can't get in space and definitely score though.
What's like the worst you've ever mossed anyone?
Probably sophomore year in practice, we had one of our seniors, Jordan Day, and we were right here in the back of the end zone, and I caught it on him right over his head with one hand and then threw it at him with disrespect. So that was probably the best one I've ever gotten. It wasn't on camera, but he'll always remember it. So.
How about in a game though?
In a game? That's a good question. There's just been so many, I can't even pick one.
I'm too good, you know?
I'd probably say maybe the one at Champ this year, where I caught it over the three guys.
3 guys?
Yeah, for our score, for our only score. But yeah, it's probably that one.
Who's the toughest guy? Like, listen, you do a lot of the mossing.
Yeah.
Just because you're Jalen Coker. But I'm guessing, I mean, listen, because of who you are, you're drawing the toughest corner and you're drawing the toughest assignment at receiver. Has there ever been a guy that's just sunned you?
Oh yeah. Last year, Ty Felton, he ran a post across the middle and he bagged me.
Yeah?
Right in the middle of the field. And he loves that video. He posts it all the time too, so.
What's the trash talk like? I mean, like, are you guys like going at it, or you in general, are you a big trash talk?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I talk a little bit, and it's so funny because people really don't like me for that. I talk a little bit, and it's not even like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it at that. I talk a little bit.
Has there ever been a guy where like you trash talked him and like his reaction was like, he was like, nah, don't do that, man, like?
Oh yeah, that's pretty much every single person, yeah.
Has there ever been a guy where you try to get into his head and you just weren't able to?
Yeah, some people are just too nice. They'll just be like, good job, and I try to get in their head and it just does not work.
Who's too nice? Who? Drop some names.
Definitely Tyler Savage.
That's the name I was thinking of.
He's nice. He's such a nice kid.
He seems like such a nice guy, yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah, who's the toughest corner you've ever gone against?
Probably either Johnny Gillis or Peyton on Stonebridge last year.
Yeah? What makes them so good, and what did they do to limit you?
Just good footwork, really. Like, it's just like they just know where to be, like, off the break, and it's just there's good corners, and that's why Johnny went to Navy, and then Peyton went to State. So,
do you ever watch someone do, like, you're playing corner and you see a receiver and he does a little move? Is there anything where you're like, oh, I got to take that one, I got to copy that one?
Yeah, definitely. I like watch like NFL highlights, and I'll definitely see that. Yeah.
Who's like the one guy you try to watch the most?
I feel like Julio Jones, because I really like want to like model my game after him. Like a big, strong receiver, sure hands, can catch the ball, and he's got a little speed too. So definitely him.
When's the first time you realized, oh, I'm 6'3" and I can jump higher than everyone else? Why doesn't the quarterback just throw it up to me?
It was definitely this summer. Or last summer, like as soon as I grew and I started to be able to dunk, I was like, I can really get up there now.
Yeah, you talk about dunking, and it's kind of cool because basketball and football kind of intersect in these weird ways with receivers and tight ends specifically. You talk about Jimmy Graham, Antonio Gates. These are guys who play basketball and they use it. They're boxing out when they're going to the end zone. You play basketball. You're playing for a very good team in Potomac Falls.
Yep.
How has your time playing basketball helped you as a football player?
Definitely just stamina-wise, because with basketball we do so much running, and just the back and forth really gets my stamina really good. And then just since I'm more of like a rebounder, layups and blocks, just jumping a lot really works out my legs. So I really feel like really loose and stuff all the time. So it's definitely helped me out a lot.
And then, Potomac Falls has a very rich basketball history.
Definitely.
You talk about Coach Haas he's Coach Haas. Everyone knows who he is if you know anything about basketball in Loudoun County. What's he like compared to a guy like Coach Barnes, a football coach at Potomac Falls?
Honestly, there's really not much difference.
You would say that Coach Barnes is a little bit more laid back?
Nah, I don't even think so. I feel like they're both the same amount, because they're just both great coaches, and definitely just their personalities, and then just them on the field. And when Coach Barnes is in it, everyone's in it. When Coach Haas is in the game, everyone's in the game. It's just a great feeling to know that like at Potomac Falls you get that type of coaching staff.
You've played with some really cool basketball players. You talk about Ian Anderson.
Yeah.
6'7", handles it like a guard. Probably the best player in the county last year, hands down. What makes a guy like Ian Anderson so special, and like what did you learn from practice from him that you've been able to take just into your everyday life?
Definitely just like if you just work hard, you'll get what you want. Like I feel like he had a really great work ethic, and I feel like I picked that up from him. And just him on the court, he just brought a different vibe to the team, and we knew that we just like with him on the court, we felt like we could win every game, and that's pretty much what we did.
Yeah, you guys were almost undefeated. You had that little... You guys went back and forth with Freedom, man. And, yeah, you guys just beat Freedom in their homecoming game. Were you kind of thinking, I mean, when you saw Angelo Easter, were you like, all right, this is payback for basketball season?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Definitely. He knew it, too. I was talking to him during the game, definitely.
Were you the one covering him?
Yeah, he was running the ball, so I had to tackle him a few times, yeah.
What do you think of Angelo Easter? I mean, he came onto the scene kind of against you guys, right?
Yeah, he's a great athlete. He can play both ways better than I really thought he could, especially like with basketball and football. He's a lot better football player than I really thought. But
yeah, he's a smaller guy, but he's so shifty and gets to the hoop at will sometimes. I mean, is there like something you're thinking next year, like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna take the assignment against him in basketball? Like in basketball, are you thinking like, all right, now I'm gonna be the one to guard him?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely. I'm gonna have to guard him this year. Yeah, he can't be scoring 40 points on us.
Yeah, and then you guys lost Ian Anderson, but you guys bring back obviously Landon Haas. Mm-hmm. Is there anyone that you've played basketball with at Potomac Falls that you want to take and put on the football team, or someone that played football and you want to put on the basketball team?
Yeah, I'd say put Landon on the football team.
Really?
Yeah. He's
Not Ian.
Big, tall. Just. Oh, I can get Ian.
Oh, you get Ian.
Oh yeah, definitely Ian. Oh yeah.
He said, "Give me 6'7".
Yeah, I need that. Just throw that up all day. Yeah.
Have you ever tried to cover? Has Ian ever run a route against you and tried to catch one over you?
Maybe one time, but I don't remember, so he didn't catch it then.
Does he have more hops than you, or about the same?
I'm telling you, we have the exact same hops.
Really?
He says he can jump higher, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
And you talk about Landon Haas. His brother obviously was a huge part of the team. What are your memories of Hayden Haas? First ever guest on the Technical Fowl, actually.
He's just a one-of-a-kind person. Everything he does is 100%. He will not give you half. He will nothing. It's always 100% with him. So like if we're doing scouting reports, anything, he'll always have everything we need to know right then and there. Yeah, he's just a good guy.
Potomac Falls, obviously your last year here. What are you gonna remember about this school?
Definitely the friendships that I made. Just everyone here in the coaching staff and everyone that helped me along the journey to get to where I'm trying to get to.
One of the good friendships you've made is obviously one with Jack Campbell, one of the guys who makes the grind here at Potomac Falls. He helped you make a hype video for your Instagram. And listen, that hype video is incredible. Your Instagram looks like a professional Instagram at this point.
Thank you.
And then, you talk about that Instagram, you talk about you've got the visor on. Is the visor custom made or something the school supplied?
No, actually, I just bought the visor on Amazon, actually.
All right. So you got the visor. You've kind of got, and you say you talk trash, you've kind of got, like, a very flashy play style. Would you say that you kind of emulate kind of, like, the more, like, superstar receivers? Like, you look at a guy like Odell.
Yeah.
He's out there wearing the watch on the field, stuff like that. Is that something you try to emulate?
I would say, yeah, but definitely not to that one wear a watch on the field. Like, just not to that extent, but definitely I want to have a little swagger about me. I want to like feel good and comfortable out there. So, and that's how I do it. So, yeah.
But next year you're going to be moving on to Holy Cross University. Is there any concerns that at such a religious school you're going to be forced to tone down that swagger a little bit?
Not at all.
Have you talked to the coaches about that?
Yeah, and I feel like the coaches have just as much swagger as I do, which is why it's so funny. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna be my normal self and just gonna win football games.
You talked about Holy Cross University, very religious school. How has religion impacted you in your time as a football player and as a person?
Definitely at a young age, my grandparents, they definitely instilled a religion in me, and I go every Sunday. So it's just something that I would just want to carry on throughout my life, just to keep up with it.
Has there been any one moment from your time playing football or basketball at Potomac Falls that you're going to want to remember? Either whether it's a special play, a special moment after the field, maybe something that people don't know, maybe it's something in practice, Just tell some stories, man.
Oh, definitely one thing I am going to remember is when Ian Anderson scored his 1,000 points. And he got that lob from Landon Haas and then dunked it on the Stonebridge guy, and that was probably one of the craziest plays I've ever been a part of. And I threw the inbounds pass, so I was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was a part of it.
You got that hockey assist there.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big one, though.
All right, so this part's pretty simple. I'm trying to see how good your hands really are. We're gonna start out with a very easy play here. I'm just gonna throw it to you. You're gonna catch it, no problem. Then we're gonna make it slightly more difficult. I'm going to ask you to take your gloves off. Then I'm going to make it a little bit more difficult. Now you got to catch it with one hand. Then it's got to be your non-dominant hand. And then based on if you keep going, we'll see how far you get and how ridiculous we can make this, all right? So let's start. First little easy catch. Easy.
Got the easy one out the way.
That's the easy one. So 1 for 1 so far. Now gloves off.
All right.
Now we try with the gloves off. Still pretty easy, no problem. Now you get a pick. Do you want to catch with your right hand or you want to go straight to the left hand?
Let's go with the right hand.
All right, we'll start with the right hand. Right hand only. Boom, easy, like gloves. Now it's the left hand time.
Left hand.
Easy, wasn't even a problem. All right, now pick one of your hands.
I pick my left.
You want to pick your left?
Yeah.
You want to pick the one you're better catching at?
Yeah.
It's your left hand?
Mm-hmm.
Are you lefty?
No.
But it's still your left hand.
Yeah, I like catching better with my left hand.
Really? All right. Now I'm going to ask you to stand on one leg. Try balancing. You got to balance. All right. Now you got to lift your leg higher up than that. There we go. Now you got to catch it with your left hand.
All right. Oh.
Oh, he caught it. I'm counting that. You know what? I'm counting that. That counts as a catch. All right. Now I'm going to ask you to catch it behind. Can you catch it behind your back? Have you ever tried that before?
Like,
all right, that's what we're going to do now. Yeah, like that.
Mad hard. Yeah, let's see it. Oh.
That's on me. Wait, let's try that again. That one's on me. Threw it too far. That still counts. You know what? All right, now the toughest catch. I'm going to ask you to do it with your eyes closed.
Okay.
I'm going to yell once the ball leaves my hand, all right?
All right.
I'm going to throw it chest level. Sound good?
Yeah.
Eyes closed? All right. I have thrown the ball. Unbelievable. He caught it with no hands, folks. Not no hands. He caught it without any eyes. Unbelievable. Jalen Coker, the best hands in the county. All right, so something I've been really interested in is a receiver's process when he runs a route. When you're at the line of scrimmage, all right, so let's line up and pretend like we're running routes against each other. Obviously, let's pretend that I'm some corner and not a 5'5" journalist. If play stops, I get my hands on you with the press. What are you doing right then?
Well, first I'm definitely trying to get your hands off so then I can get outside of you and continue my route. But even before you get your hands on, since like what a DB's probably mostly going to want to do is lunge. So like try to lunge at me. So I take a step back so then he's off balance and then I'm just right here and then I'm open for the touchdown.
So do most guys kind of just respect your speed and play off, or are they playing up against you because they're saying, listen, I have safety help?
It definitely depends on the corner. I've had some corners that just play me with no safety help one-on-one.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's the guys that are good enough that you think to do that? It's got to be a pretty short list, right? I'd say Tyler Savage is probably up there.
Yeah, definitely Tyler.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like when I'm on the field, I have to think that no one's able to guard me. So yeah. But definitely Tyler could probably give me a run for my money, though. Definitely.
All right. So let's say I'm playing back on you, right? And let's say you're running an in route. I'm playing 5 yards back. I'm giving you inside leverage. All right. It's a man-to-man coverage. So let's take me through your route process.
So first, I'm definitely gonna want to attack your feet. So then you start to see what I'm gonna do. I might even push you outside. So then you try to open up and then come back inside. Or I can just straight beat you, just step on your toes and just come right in.
You actually like physically step on the other guy's toes.
Yeah.
And then that just gets him off balance.
Anything to get that advantage. Yeah.
When you step on the guy's toes, are you ever worried that you're gonna lose balance yourself?
Never.
Never.
I just gotta, cause I know that if I'm gonna catch the ball, I can't fall. So that's just what keeps me up.
All right, so let's go back here quickly. So now let's pretend we're running that back shoulder fade. All right, we're at the 10-yard line. I'm gonna play back a little bit. I'm gonna say I'm not giving up the touchdown. It's 3rd down and goal. Leo Burns is back there.
Yeah.
Take me through what you're doing. I'm gonna give you. You know what? I'm gonna say I don't want to give up the inside of the field. I got safety up to the outside. I'm gonna force you outside. What are you doing?
Well, right here, it'd probably be check to Leo. I'd probably give him the signal, and then I'm just coming like this. Probably nothing really fancy, maybe one stick outside, and then I'm just going, and I'm just getting right here.
You're trying to get it over, or you're trying to get it back shoulder?
I'm trying to get it over.
Have you ever tried getting it back shoulder?
Well, back shoulder is just a harder throw for the quarterback, and especially with the safety help over top, I can't go up for it, so he can just come right underneath and kind of pick it.
That makes sense. Yeah, so with Leo, has there ever been a point where you're like, nothing is too high for you to catch, or does he like know like I got to put it right there where it's just the only place you can get it?
No, it's really just throw it up there.
It's just throw it up?
Yep, it's just throw it up there, and I'm gonna go get it.
All right, now let's flip it. Let's say I'm playing corner. I'm playing receiver. You're playing corner.
Yeah.
Let's say that you're gonna play up on me. All right. How are you gonna try lunging against me, or how are you gonna do it?
Well, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna wait till you make your first move. So if you wanna come out, then I'm gonna hit you.
Okay.
So then I throw you off balance, and then I'd either carry you out of bounds, or if I hit you and you keep running, I'm just gonna open up right here and I'm just gonna stick on your hip.
All right.
And then wherever you go, I'm following you. So then you come back down, I'm there.
And then you talked about how a guy the lunge move you talked about when it's the other way around.
Yeah.
And how you just take a step back to avoid that. Is that why you wait until the receiver makes the first move?
Exactly, because I don't want to be off balance and then I get beat deep.
Have you ever been beat by one of your own moves?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's done that to you?
Ty.
Ty?
Ty Felton, yeah, definitely.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try running one route against you. If I get open, I win. It's that simple.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh, man. Okay.
If it's within that 5 yards, then I'm definitely gonna. I just can't let you get off the line of scrimmage.
Has any ref flagged you for something like that?
Yeah, for being a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I mean.
Do you just look back at the ref like, what else? Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What are you saying if you're you're talking to a younger receiver, maybe someone on the Potomac Football team, maybe someone even younger than that? What kind of advice are you giving them? Forget about like the work you have to put in, the off the field stuff that you talk about. But specifically on the field, is there one tip you give them, like, do this and you'll be able to, you know?
Just be confident. You have to, because if you're not confident in yourself, then you're not going to want to catch the ball. You just have to be confident in yourself to catch the ball at all times. And then once you get that confidence, it just becomes easier.
And you talk about that confidence. How did you start to develop that?
I feel like just with my dad. Because like we used to play football all the time, and just he used to play in high school, and he was like really good there. So him just telling me like all those stories about him in high school, and then me like as an upcoming wide receiver, it just boosted me just to become better.
Cool. All right, thank you so much, Jalen. Really appreciate all the time you've taken today. It's been great. Thank you.